Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Coworker demands her dying parents' wedding rings. This is a conversation I just had with my coworker. We'll call her Lily. Lily thinks she's the best of the best. None of us were trained like her, none of us work hard like her, and none of us raise a family like her. She tends to put everyone around her down, especially if they are younger than her. For example, my other coworker May is 21 and just returned from having a baby. She was venting about how she hadn't gotten a proper night's sleep and was finding it hard to breastfeed. Lily then butts in about how she breastfed 2 babies at the same time, cleaned, cooked, and got a good night's sleep. Anyway, Lily was complaining today that her parents won't give her children their wedding rings. Her parents both have cancer, both feel like they don't have much time left, and wrote up their wills. Lily is upset that they want to be buried with their wedding rings. She went on how she wanted to give them to her children as heirlooms. Her words were, "Both these rings have huge diamonds, like expensive diamonds. I don't think it's fair that my kids will have to buy rings one day. I want them to pass them down. My parents will still be married when they die." I'm speechless. I can't imagine circling my dying parents like a vulture, waiting for their wedding rings. Cue to Lily, aka Gollum, in the graveyard at midnight with a shovel. Ugh, what is wrong with people? Why do people feel entitled to an inheritance? I personally know that I am going to get diddly squat from anybody in my family when they die, and I am perfectly okay with that, because it's not my stuff, it's theirs. And if they want to use up all their money or take their own possessions when they die, then that's their decision and their right, and I honestly encourage them to do so. Greed is not a good look, sis. Your wings are on the way! I used to deliver for DoorDash and Grubhub. I still do on the side, but not nearly as much. Back in the day, I was putting in constant 8-hour days on top of my day job. Anyone who delivers can tell you it isn't marvelous. One day in particular, I got a really shitty customer, and I was having a really shitty day. Y'all ever have those days where you work so hard, you forget to eat? That was me that day. I got a no-tip order, red flag number 1, for some wings on a delivery not too far. The man is blowing up my phone being a real asshole, which I can handle, but this dude was a special breed. I pull up to pick up the order and text him it'll be about 15 minutes, and the man loses his shit. I was not entertaining that, and I had already said that I would pick up the order. I went inside and had a seat. I decided to place an order myself. I ordered some chicken Alfredo and waited for the order. The food was ready after a while, and I was in no hurry to deal with this asshole, so I sat down and ate, and it was good. I picked up his order and left after chatting with the waitress. I get there, and he is on the 8th floor of a high-end hotel. I left his food just outside arm's reach of the door and left. My wife did DoorDash full-time after we left our last job. She had a dude get McDonald's delivered to bumfuck Ohio. So, basically 90% of Ohio. But he was giving a $15 to $20 tip, so she took it. When she was on the way to drop off the food, the dickweed decided he was going to cancel the tip. My petty-ass wife was having none of it. So, she reported that she had a flat tire and ate the dude's food. Then went back live, claiming she patched the tire. God, I love that woman. Lol. Well done to both of these petty beauties. One job I could never do is anything that has to do with the food industry. I know for a fact that a bunch of hangry Karens would trigger me, and I would definitely be fired after the first week. Actually, that's generous. I'd probably get fired after the first day. So, those of you out there that have the willpower and strength to work in the food industry, you're the real MVPs, the true leaders of the world. And I genuinely mean that. Oh, you need diesel too? Now I'm gonna take my time. This happened several years ago, but I was just reminded of it. I drive an SUV that takes diesel. It also has an enormous tank, larger than an F-250. I pull into a busy gas station and make my way to the pump that also has diesel. This entitled asshole in a jacked up F-250 pulls in behind me and starts honking at me. I ask what his problem is, and he proceeds to tell me to move my fucking vehicle, that he needs diesel now, and he's in a hurry. So I politely but condescendingly tell him that my vehicle takes diesel, and like my dick, I'm a woman by the way, my tank is bigger than his. I was only planning on getting a few gallons, but after that, I filled up all 28 gallons as slowly as the pump would allow. Checkmate, asshole. Oh my. That response was incredible. I absolutely loathe these entitled diesel bags. Actually, this reminds me of this one time when I was getting gas with a friend who was in my passenger seat, and the only vacant pump was like the one in this story with both diesel and gas. So I went to it, and my friend was like, "Oh, you should probably wait in line for a gas pump. What if someone with diesel comes and needs to use this one?" I'm like, why should I care? Just because you have a diesel engine doesn't mean you get special privileges. They're not the kings and queens of the gas station as far as I know. I didn't see no King Diesel Dave II plaques on the wall. Leaving those spots open for them only encourages their entitled behavior. And as you all know, I am not about that life. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed those 3 entitled people stories. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!